We are back, episode 3 of the League 365 podcast. I'm your host, Fergo. I'm joined every week again by Jax. How are you, mate?
Good. How you going?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Not much happening in footy this week, to be honest.
Well, it is the off-season.
Yeah, I know, but usually someone will do something stupid and give us something to talk about. But
no off-field dramas yet.
Yeah. So, anyway, we'll see how we go. Do you want to give an update on the socials and stuff, mate?
Yeah, so just same as last week. If you're liking what we're putting out, jump on YouTube and give us a subscribe and like. We're also on Instagram and TikTok, so jump on there. Like our posts, follow us. We're also on Spotify now as well. So if you use that platform instead of YouTube, jump on there, give the podcast a listen, shoot us a like as well. Much appreciated.
Beautiful. So quick rundown on today's show. It's going to be a bit of a quick fire show. It probably won't go for as long as the last couple have. We've got a lot of viewer stuff to get through today, a lot of fan questions and things like that. We're also going to dig into 4 sides this week where we think these sides need to strengthen their roster or positionally. And them sides are going to be the Knights, the Titans, the Dragons and the Rabbits that we're going to dive into today. But starting today's show, I just want to go back, Jax, to the interview with Rido last week. What did you make of it all?
Yeah, no, it was good.
It was good.
Yeah. Especially his input on like the head knock stuff and kickoffs as a prop.
Yeah.
It's all highlighted last year around the head knocks, especially with Elliot Katoa. That incident happened. So it was good to have someone who's dealt with that firsthand.
Yeah. I actually ran into, I played in a golf day the other day and I ran into Josh Stewart, a former Norse Manly, I think it was Manly, definitely Norse. He was a hard man, Josh Stewart. And he actually told me he played in one of Rido's early games when he was 16.
Yeah.
And he said to me, he goes, mate, he come at me and I hit him with everything I had. I hit him in the chest. Everything I had. Next minute, I was hanging off his boot. He said, I've never felt a 16-year-old's body the way his body was.
It's crazy. Crazy to think at 16 you're playing not only first grade, but, in the forwards, in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, there was another bloke I actually ran into at Cronulla the other day too. He said he played a bit of junior footy with him, like in the teenage years. And he said he ironed him out every time he ran. Just ironed him out. He said he said he was just a freak. Like really, like he's a mate of mine, but like he could have been anything.
Yeah. It's a shame that it went the way it did, but at least he's in good health and seems to be doing well. So that's all that matters.
Exactly. All right, the first thing we're going to touch on today is the Jayden Campbell signing at the Gold Coast. $1 million, was it? Was it $1 million a year? Was it? I think they've signed him for.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the money. I know the contract's long. It's until 2031, I think. Yeah. I think the Bears were throwing $6 million over 5 years maybe. So,
Yeah. This is probably a little bit controversial. I think he's $1 million player. I really do. I've rated him from the minute I saw him. I just knew he had to grow into his body. And I think he's a bloke that he's probably not worth $1 million at the second, but geez, I reckon he will be $1 million player.
So he's $1 million player, but Jerome Luai wasn't last week?
Correct.
Yeah,
correct.
Right. Fair enough.
Look, there's something about Jaden Campbell that I've always liked.
Yeah.
And he's a bloke that I think is still developing. So I think giving him $1 million, I think it's worth the risk. Yeah,
there's potential there. Is he a fullback? Is he a 7? That verdict's still out. He's played. He has parts of the season where he has good games. Yeah. I don't think he's $1 million player right now. You're going to show a bit more runs on the board before you can be dictating that money, in my opinion. He hasn't taken Gold Coast to a finals, never played finals, hasn't represented it, State of Origin or anything like that. But he's got potential, definitely. $1 million. It's a Gold Coast contract, in my opinion. They throw big money at players based on potential, not based on runs on the board.
Yeah.
But they had to keep him. They couldn't have let him go to the Bears.
Absolutely. See, to me, he was in the same boat as Jerome Buller. I just think no matter what they had to do, they had to keep him. They just had to keep him. To answer your question, I don't think he's a 7. I think he's a 1 at a pinch of 6.
Yeah.
Will he develop into a 7? Possibly, but I don't know.
Depends what's around him, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, to me, he'd need a real steady hand at 6. AJ's probably not the right
He's probably
fit.
not a 6 either.
Yeah, and
They've probably got 3 fullbacks playing in their spine.
Yeah, that's the problem. And you
But
have
they're
to,
their 3 best players, so they need to play there.
They got to find spots for
him. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what? If another club came in for him, what do you think he's worth to other clubs? Like Perth, obviously, Meninga obviously rated him because I think they offered him 1.2.
Depends what the club is. It's all different.
Yeah. I'd be surprised.
I'd probably value him at about 700, 750. But like some clubs will pay overs for him because they need, some clubs need more talent than others. But on a market where everyone's even, I'd probably give him about 750.
Yeah, probably a good club would probably only need to have given him that. Possibly. Though I'd be surprised though if there wasn't other clubs in for him. I'd be really surprised.
Yeah.
So it probably bumped his market value up as well.
Yeah,
if other clubs were in there at around 700, 750.
Yeah.
Gold Coast probably had to pay him $1 million.
Yeah, they probably did
to keep him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but anyway, it would be interesting to see how that all ends up. But my thing, I think in 18 months, they'll look back and go, it was a good signing.
Yeah, possibly.
It was a good signing. To me, in 18 months, he'll be a top half a dozen player in the game. That's my call.
Top 6 player in the game.
Possibly.
Yeah, right.
In 18 months. I think he's got everything, to be honest. I'm a massive fan of him. I am. So
there's a lot of good players in the comp, though.
Yeah, there is. But well, who's your top 6 players now? Let's go into that. To me, Moses is 1. Tedesco's 2. Cleary's probably 3.
Well, Payne
Haas
is Harry Grant.
I'm not putting him in any order.
Yeah.
So I think them 4: Haas, Cleary, Moses, probably Munster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think them 5 probably are a lock, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a lock because they're the consistent.
Oh, and Reece Walsh. Fuck.
Yeah,
Didn't even think of Reece Walsh. Fuck. So Reece Walsh is probably...
Well, he's definitely in the top 6 players in the game.
Well, he is off the second half of last year. He is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But that's what I mean. There's some guys out there that haven't played good footy that at their best are a top 6 player in the league.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's dive into these 4 sides that we're going to get into. We're going to start with the Knights. So this come from one of our viewers that wanted us to talk about, which I actually liked the idea of it. He wanted to talk about sides outside the top 8 where they need to strengthen to either catapult themselves into the top 8 or make themselves a serious threat of winning the premiership. So we'll start with the Knights. Now, there's probably holes everywhere in the Knights roster, but I'm tipping, Jax, you're going to say straight to the halves.
I was going to say, what do they need to strengthen?
That's what I'm saying.
No, probably they need to go forwards first.
Yeah.
Well, they've just lost 2 key forwards in their pack with Thompson, Kaipis Paul. Adam Elliott hasn't got a contract anywhere. They've told him to leave. So I think they need to strengthen up the forwards. I think their outside, their 1 to 5 is sweet.
Yeah, so what have they got there? They've got Ponga, they've got Marzu, they've got Best.
Dominic Young.
And you've actually got Fletcher Sharp in the centres, where I don't.
Is
who else have they got there?
Gagai re-signed?
Gagai's still there. So Gagai and Best will be the centres.
You would think so, yeah. So there's plenty of options there in the backs.
Yeah.
You got Dylan Brown, Fletcher Sharp, Sandon maybe in the halves.
Well, they have strengthened that, haven't they?
Yeah,
to be honest, I'd forgotten about that.
Their forward pack for me is
where the hole is.
Like who's their enforcer in the middle now that Leo Thompson's gone? Who's going to be their starting front rowers? Matt Croker. It's going to be probably Matt Croker's there. Is Hetherington still there?
Hetherington, I think he's still there.
He was not playing.
Yeah, there's a Safidi still there. Jacob's still there.
Jacob Safidi.
Jacob's still there, so he's probably their main.
Well,
main middle.
They got Dylan Lucas on one edge. He's good.
Adam Elliott's the interesting one. I haven't heard anything, but
he hasn't got a club at the moment.
Yeah, okay. So I
don't think he hasn't got a club.
Yeah. My call, he's wearing green next year.
And then they got Jermaine McEwen. Feeney's crossing at hooker. Sandon Smith at 14.
I think that's the way they'll roll. I know you thought Sandon would be the halves, but I just can't see how they find a spot for Fletcher Sharp in the centres.
No, probably not. You're probably right. But for mine, it's definitely forwards that they need.
Yeah.
As well.
All right. So let me throw this one off the cusp. If every prop or every middle was on the market, you're going to say Payne Haas, I know, but
Yeah,
who would
obviously.
they need someone like an Adam Vanille Blake, Payne Haas, James Fisher. They need
Joseph
someone.
Tapine.
Yeah, they need someone like that. Yeah. So to answer with the Knights, basically the engine rooms where they need to really bolster.
Yeah, and their big marquee signings need to play their best footy.
Yeah.
Ponga and Dylan Brown need to play 10 out of 10 years for them to be a top 8 threat.
Yeah.
If they don't fire, or if they're not living up to the pay packet, well, then they're in a world of trouble. They're just in a circle that they can't break, because if all your money is loaded into what you think are two guns, which at their best they're really good football players, especially Kalen. But if they don't perform, then you're royally screwed, because your salary cap is dominated in those two players. They got a big junior area they can pick from as well, so it's up to their development. Who's in their development to bring kids through that are, good players.
With Kalen, it's probably more staying on the field with Kalen, because usually when he's on the field he's pretty good. But he needs to be better than pretty good.
Yeah, he needs to be 9 out of 10.
Yeah, he needs to have a Reece Walsh kind of...
For them to make the finals,
100% he does. When they made it, that's what happened.
Yeah,
remember when
he had a Dally M year not too long ago.
That's right, and he was outstanding, and it's probably... That's key to them.
Yeah, definitely.
So, all right, the Titans. So we've spoken about Jayden there. So this is where I'd strengthen the Titans. You look at their pack and you think, it's a good pack. It's a good pack. I think they need to strengthen 9. That's one position, and I think they need a game manager. They're the two positions I would look at. What about yourself?
Well, they need to keep Tino first and foremost, because if they lose Tino, then they're in back to looking for another middle as well. 9's an issue, and having 3 fullbacks that are your 3 best players playing out of position isn't ideal either. That's
probably why I say they need a game manager. They need a Jamal Fogarty kind of 7 that just can go in and steer the ship. Like Pezzett would have been fantastic for them, I reckon. He would have fit in there with the 3 runners around him, would have been good. But
both of them are re-signed as well, didn't
he? Yeah, he just re-signed in the last week. He re-signed. I like the look of their pack. I always have. I like the look at their outside backs too, to be honest. But they just don't. Nothing happens at the joint.
Yeah, they're not making the 8 again.
No.
I don't know if they... I don't know if they ever win a premiership. I don't know if they ever win a comp.
50 years, mate.
No, still...
50 years, bro.
Even when they look all right, they're just no good.
Yeah, that's true.
Every year they're no good.
So my if I'm strengthening them, game manager and something out of 9 that they probably don't have with Verrills.
Probably a better culture as well off the field. Standards.
I think Hannay will bring that. You would have thought Hasler would, but Hannay, I don't know, something about Hannay. I think that he might bring that. And there'll be a few of them there that he's probably going to be assistant at the Origin level again. So there's probably a few there that, might try and fire up a little bit, to push their way into that side.
But I like Kinney and I like Campbell and I like Brimson. They're good players.
But you're right. They're putting 3 into 1, aren't they?
Yeah, they don't fit. They probably don't fit that. The spine. All 3 of them.
Yeah.
But there's nothing you can do. They've tried. They tried Brimson at 1, Brimson at centre, Campbell at 1, Campbell at 7. Yeah. They need to be in the side because they're the 3 most dangerous players.
Yeah.
They're probably
And it's I've looked at it and thought outside the box with the 3 of them. I can't see any other way.
The only thing you could do is move. The only option is move Brimson to centre if you had an actual 7 or 6. That's the only other option you can do. You can't do anything else.
And it just hasn't worked.
But there's no other option. You can't.
Well, the other option is bringing him off the bench.
You'd probably rather him at centre.
And throw him in the middle and just let him push through the middle. That's the only other option. I wouldn't do it, but I'm just saying I'd do that before I pushed him to centre because I just don't think it worked at centre.
I think he had one good game there
he may.
at centre.
Yeah, but he's probably played there about 8 times.
Yeah.
Where you put him at fullback, he has 6, 7 out of 8 good games. He's their best player every week when he's at fullback. But Kinney, he's an outstanding talent. Kinney, he needs to be the fullback.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he's out of the 3 of them, he's the one that probably can't play anywhere else.
No, he can't.
I know they tried him on the wing, but that was a complete waste. That was ridiculous.
Definitely.
So he's the one that can't play anywhere else. So he
has to be fullback.
He's probably just got to be the fullback. So I can't see how they're not going to go with that combo. So, but anyway, let's move on to the Red V. Well, to me, this is an easy one where they need to strengthen, and it's the 6 and the 7.
probably their whole spine.
Yeah, it is. It is the whole spine.
You know,
Yeah.
Gutherson's like still handy, and so is Cook, but they're aging. You know, so you got to look to the future there. Gutherson's probably only got a couple more years. Same with Cook. They've got a lot of issues, really.
Yeah, they
Dragons,
do. They do.
You know.
Yeah, I did flag this in the first episode that we did. That I'd be tempted to move Val to the back, Gutho to 6. Flanagan's come out this week and said he's starting halves Atkinson and Flanagan. So that's what Dragons fans have got to look forward to. Daniel Atkinson at 7 and Flanagan at 6.
Yeah.
How long that'll last? Well, I'd give it about 6 weeks.
That JC bloke on Instagram is going to be filthy.
Oh, yeah.
The Lebo bloke who goes after Flanagan.
He's
poor Dragons fan.
He's very funny, actually. I like that bloke.
Yeah.
He's good.
He gives it to Flanagan. He gives it to both Flanagan, Shane and Kyle. Kyle badly, but he's right.
Well, he's right.
Yeah.
And it's not a Kyle Flanagan bashing, but
no, he's just not up to the standards.
I've said it for a long time. He's played 100 first grade games.
Yeah. Like in last year, Dragons were losing games and the New South Wales Cup side was winning games and he made no changes.
Yeah.
You can't keep running out the same side when you're getting beat every week.
Yeah. Look, in defence of Kyle, now, you're right, he's not... But one thing he does do that I can't beat, he does put his body on the line and he does try his absolute guts out, but he just doesn't have it.
Every NRL player should be putting their body on the line and trying their guts out.
Yeah.
They're first-grade players.
But some are more than others.
Yeah,
you want to line David Fafita up with a few back rowers in the comp?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's
David
what I mean.
Fafita's played Origin.
He's not someone like David Fafita that you can bag David Fafita and go, look at this lazy bum. At least Kyle, he tries. It's not an effort issue with Kyle.
Yeah.
At least he tries.
I wouldn't be comparing Kyle Flanagan to David Fafita.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about their effort areas kind of thing. He's not... Yeah, he does try. He gives everything he's got. It's just not enough to be a first-grade footballer, in my opinion. You know, how he's played 100 is beyond me. But so, again, they're going to stick with it, and it's just going to end up the same as last year. I just can't see how it's not going to. No. Who have they bought? They got Kerr's coming in. I think we spoke about this already, but Kerr...
Well, yeah, we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago. They're young kids coming through. They've got a big junior pond. Yeah. They got Stewart coming through, Hamish Stewart. They got big raps on. Dylan Egan, the Couchman twins. Yeah. They still got Sewer there. Yeah, and that back rower that I can't remember his name, Lungo or something. Yeah. He's got a weird name. They got the little Polynesian big fella that came through last year, Loco Pacifica Tonga. Yeah. So. Yeah. So, but I to me, you're right. They've got plenty of puncher holes in that roster. Yeah, they're a chance of the spoon next year for me. Yeah, probably early days, unless something happens in the off season. I don't know what they've got coming through at like 1-9 and the halves. I'd have to have a better look.
Not much.
They definitely got heaps coming through in the forwards. I think they're sweet in the forwards for the next 5-10 years. Yeah. Like you can build a roster around those kids coming through in the middle. It's what's at the back. They lost Cody. Not that probably Cody Ramsey was the answer at 1, but they lost him. He was an option that could have come in and played probably next year or the year after. What are their other backs? Who else is there?
They got Sloan still there.
Oh yeah,
they got Sloan. They got Sully. They've got that Hayden Buchanan that come in.
Oh yeah.
He only looked fair at best to me.
King Tong,
and they've got they've got the money man on the flank, Tua Polono.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Yeah. You just like his money shit.
No,
he's a big body, and but
and Sully has got all the football potential in the world. Some weeks he lights it up, some weeks he doesn't.
He's probably a good example of what I said about Kyle Flanagan.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Moses is
and Jaden Sewer's a gun footballer.
He's a very good player, Jaden Sewer. He had a really good year. Like him and Gutho were their best two.
Yeah,
last
definitely.
year. Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
The other, there was, they got Val. They got Val too. So they're okay. Yeah. But seriously, we got to 6 and 7, like Atkinson.
Oh, you know who I do like, we haven't touched on, is Jacob Little.
Yeah.
Jacob Little is, in my opinion, definitely, he should be starting hooker. He's one of their best players. Yeah. He was one of their best players last year. Yeah. Every time he came onto the field in a game last year, he made an impact. Yeah. He changed the game.
The only thing I'll say about that is I agree. He had a really good year too, Jacob Little, but he's not out there for the first 25, softening it all up. You know what I mean? He's coming on when they're getting a little bit tired and round the ruck and that.
But he's definitely their 9 once Cook decides to stop playing footy.
He's getting on, Jacob Little. He'd have to be getting on. Been around for a while now.
Late 20s?
I'd say definitely late 20s. Definitely. I'd have to look. So, but yeah, he probably is. I don't know if they've got any nines coming through. The thing that tells me they've got no halves coming through is they let Jonah Glover go. So they had Jonah Glover playing in the halves in reserve grade last year. And I saw a few of his games. He looked okay. And they've let him go. So that to me says either they've got ones further down coming through Maps or SG Ball that they've got hopes on, or they've got nothing.
Yeah. In their favour, they've got a massive junior pool to pick from. You know, the Illawarra is renowned for footy, like good juniors coming through.
Yeah.
So you don't know what they've got, but in the near future, they're not going anywhere near the finals again for a couple of years, unless they miraculously have a good year, which I can't see.
Yeah. All right, the last side we're going to touch on for today is the South Sydney Rabbitohs. I've probably got these guys in the same boat as maybe the Knights. The middle's going to be their soft spot. Like when they're all fit, the outside backs, it's a damn good back line.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So, well, to me, if I'd be running out, I'd have Jai Gray at one. You've got Alex Johnson. I'd have Campbell Graham on the wings, and I'd have Whiten or Latrell at left centre. Who am I missing? I'm missing a winger.
Isaiah Tass.
Or
Tyrone Munro, but he's in a bit of trouble at the moment.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, maybe you run with Mitchell and move Whiten to the right, maybe.
At their best, Tyrone Munro's one winger.
Yeah.
And Alex Johnson's the other, probably.
Yeah. Look, I think their 1 to 7 is fine. Even if they go Humphreys and Walker, or Walker and Whiten, or Walker or Mitchell. I think their 1 to 5 is still pretty good, even if you pull one of them out and put them in the halves. So I think they're right there. But it's dead set their middle again. I think that's where they're lacking.
Well, David Moale's gone, isn't he?
Yeah,
went to Manly.
Manly?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, he's a big loss. He's had raps on him for 5 years, David Moale, and last year was his best year, and now he's gone.
Well, another one that they've had that's had big raps that never really went on. Like, he's a decent first grader as junior to Tola.
Yeah, but Moale's year last year was good.
Yeah.
Like, he had to stand up, and he did. So...
They got Arrow for feeder, Murray.
Yeah,
Kepi.
Yeah, it's definitely the problem though, isn't it? Their front row. Like if they run out with Kepi and Totola as their props, they're going to be in a little bit of trouble.
Their middles last year were the issue.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be probably the issue again. But I think they got enough firepower to, even with a bad, bad middles, that they can probably still push for an 8 at their best.
They're not.
Everything's got to go right for them.
I probably wouldn't say bad middles, but they're not great. They'd be bottom 4.
Yeah.
If you're running out Kepi and Totola, I'm tipping you'd struggle to find.
Well, Keon Kalamatangi's one bit.
Oh, forgot about Keon.
Yeah.
Well, Keon will be the prop. So,
yeah.
So that strengthens them a little bit.
Yeah.
So it'll be Keon and Totola fit.
With Kepi.
Of the bench. Yeah, okay. What about 9? I got an issue with 9. I don't think Mamazoulos he's a fringe first grader for mine. I don't think he's...
I don't think it matters too much to their side.
Just with what they've got, attack-wise.
Yeah, well, with Cody, Latrell, he hasn't really got to do much. He's just got
to feed.
Yeah,
that's one thing he can do. He does throw a good ball. He throws on the ground and stuff like that. So, but
is it a top 8 roster?
Fit 26 rounds. Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. But will they stay fit?
Even once you just break down those forwards as well at full strength. Kalamatangi. Totola, Murray, Dave Feeder, Jai Arrow, maybe Tallis Duncan.
Yeah.
Tallis Duncan had a really good year last year.
Yeah, playing out of position too. Played a lot of centre last year.
He's a good player.
He is a good player.
So they definitely got to, their actual middles aren't that bad once you break it down. Their forward pack's not terrible. Yeah. Jai Arrow can move to prop if he has to as well, if they've got injuries.
Yeah.
So maybe they might do all right. I don't know. They need to stay fit.
They're hard to get a read on, aren't they? Because you don't get a read off them from last year.
No,
you know what I mean? Like a lot of the other clubs, you get a read off them.
And then the year before that, you couldn't get a read on either.
No.
Yeah.
But it all goes down to Latrell and Cody and that. They've got to play over 20 games each. They just have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they're cooked. All right, so if you're going to strengthen them, though, you're probably looking at one more prop.
Yeah, or a really, really good 9. Yeah. Or a really, really good 9 or really good 7.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so we're going to move now on to some viewers. Some viewers sent some stuff in that they want us to discuss, and the first one was from King Mitch. So King Mitch, he's a Rabbit supporter, and I like this actually. He said that now the Perth Bears have come in, should the sides that take games to Perth next year not take them and leave it for Perth to actually promote the game over there? Because he's making the point, South's taken 2 home games over there and they lose their home game at Magic Round, so they're losing 3 home games to a state, or 2 to Perth, that have now got their own side coming in. So he's asking, well, is it fair that they have to do that?
Well, they don't have to do it. They're doing it.
Yeah.
The NRL's not saying, South, you're going to play in Perth this year, next year. They've made that own decision based. The club's made that decision. So that's a question for the
Blake
CEO.
Solly?
Yeah, the CEO. Or it's not the NRL saying, hey, Sharks, because I think Sharks have been the one going over there as well. Sharks and South go to Perth. I think it's the club makes the decision.
Yeah.
So the fair...
Maybe he's questioning the club. Why are they doing it?
Well, they're probably getting a financial benefit, I'd say. They're not getting nothing out of it.
Yeah.
Or else they wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
Like, I don't know, yeah. But to the point, to his point about should it be up to Perth, no, I think we should still be taking games over there this year.
Over there this year. What happens next year when they're in? Or 20, when are they in? 28? 27? 28? 27. What year are we in now?
27, and then Papua New Guinea come in 28.
Yeah. So what happens when they're in? Surely they're not going to take them there then.
No, obviously
Will
not.
it be over?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, they've got the team there. There's no footy games there.
Yeah, I
this
know,
year.
but did they sign deals, these clubs? Do you know what I mean? Like, usually when they sign to play somewhere, like when Penrith go to Bathurst, they sign like for 4 years or something.
Yeah, good question.
So I wonder if they've actually done that.
Well, maybe they could get out of it then.
Yeah, surely. I can see King Mitch's issue though, because
as a fan, yeah, 100%.
Well, South lose 3 home games and Brisbane gain 2.
Yeah.
So I can see him blowing up.
Oh, of course, as a fan.
Yeah, so he's
100%.
I probably got it wrong. He's probably questioning the club. Why are they doing it? Not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Because they're also taking a home game at Allianz Stadium as well to play the Roosters.
Yeah. So, all right, so
if you're a season ticket holder, you'd have the shits next year.
100% you would. Yeah. Like, I'd be filthy, to be honest. Okay, so Benny's back. Benny from Bradbury's back.
Yeah.
He loves it,
question,
doesn't he? Love it, Benny from Bradbury, huh? Okay, so he touched on last week about, and we spoke about it, the juniors coming through, should there be relief and stuff, salary cap relief and stuff. Yeah. So he actually clarified that he was looking at more blokes like, say, Pezzett, right? So Pezzett, basically, Melbourne put all that money into him, and then Brisbane come and snap him up. And he was probably more looking at that, like, should there be a transfer fee and all that kind of stuff when Melbourne have put so much financial and all the work they put into him and lose him like that, should there be a transfer fee that should be paid and all that for people like that?
Yeah, I don't mind the transfer fee, but that example is Melbourne don't have a spot for him. What do they want him to do? Stay there and play Queensland Cup or come off the bench?
Yeah,
but he wants to play first.
But if Melbourne, he was contracted to Melbourne, and if Brisbane wanted him, like, should they have to pay something?
Yeah, I don't mind the transfer fee like they do in the soccer and that.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you pay a transfer fee to get a player. Sometimes.
Yeah,
I don't mind it.
It's happened in the league as well, though. I'm sure Super League clubs have had to pay transfer fees.
Yeah, it's an English thing.
Yeah.
Big in the Premier League. But yeah, I don't mind the transfer fee.
Yeah.
If you develop a player and he's under contract and someone else wants him and you agree to make a release, but they got to pay the transfer fee. Yeah, no, definitely. I have no problem with that.
I don't like it. I think it's free. It's free game for mine. I just think that if Melbourne want to sign him to a contract that says if Jerome Hughes signs, you can look elsewhere, to me, no one should have to pay.
Yeah, but
if a club goes to him and goes,
that's not the best example, but
that's the example he gave me.
Yeah, but it's not just transfer fee just for Jonah Pezzett. It's transfer fee for.
So give me an example of what a transfer fee you'd expect a transfer fee. Give me an example. Okay, someone's contracted in 2026. He's on the contract in 2026. He's not playing regular first grade.
club comes along and says, hey, can we get this player this year to fill a gap? And the club goes, the club that's he's on the contract go, yeah, sure, but pay us X.
Yeah, excellent. So they kind of there is kind of that in there at the moment, because usually when that kind of shit happens, they offer him another player. They go, you give me Jack Williams and we'll give you.
Well, I guess it also sort of happens anyway. Well, Brandon Smith went from Roosters to South. South needed a hooker. That's another bloke we forgot to talk about at South, Brandon Smith.
Yeah.
And well, Roosters aren't paying 100% of his contract.
Yeah.
You know, South are paying a bit.
Yeah.
So there is a little bit, I guess, in that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And the other thing that Benny wanted to talk about, and this is a good one actually, because he's saying that the expansion sides, he really fears for PNG, and actually I do too, because at the moment Perth Bears look like they're really struggling to get anyone to sign.
Yeah.
Now, what's going to happen when PNG come in?
I'm more worried about Perth.
You are?
Yeah. At least PNG's got grassroots footy set up there.
Yeah.
They've got a national side already that competes with other nations. Like they could just fill a team with 100% Papua New Guinean players from the Hunters, from the national side, and probably do. They're not going to
get if they do that.
Well, what's Perth Bears going to do in 2 years?
Yeah, well,
their signing so far is a PNG, the hooker from PNG that plays at the national side,
and an English bloke that no one's heard of.
Yeah,
that's what he's saying. He's saying, well, if they're struggling, well, to me,
I touched on it.
They'll get players though because they're first in. I
touched on it the other last week when I talked about R360 taking some of our really good players, possibly.
Yeah.
The talent pool wasn't there when Dolphins came in. Everyone said, "Oh, we haven't got enough first grade talent," and the Dolphins had to. They didn't get a marquee signing either. They've done outstanding to build their roster in the 3 years they have to compete.
Yeah.
And compete for top 8.
They didn't get a marquee signing, but they did get some good ones. They got both Bromwich brothers. They got the Hammer. So they did get some good ones. They did like... what he's saying is, well, Perth are going to snap blokes up, right? It's just going to happen, obviously.
Blokes that no one wants.
They'll throw something at someone.
Well, they just did. They threw massive money at Jayden Campbell. They couldn't get him.
Yeah, but this is what happened at the Dolphins. Dolphins, remember, they had shots at Brandon Smith, Munster.
Yeah.
They all had, and they missed about 5 or 6 of them. Was Pappenhausen one too? Or I don't know if he was one, but the other 2 definitely.
Yeah.
And then they finally got 1 or 2, and then it kind of come together.
What's grassroots footy like in Perth compared to Brisbane? Look at some of these blokes that came through, young kids that they picked up that have gone through the, probably the Dolphin system or some system up there before they were in.
Yeah. But see,
who's coming through in Perth playing rugby league?
Yeah, I agree. But I think you're kind of consolidating his point.
Yeah, I agree. I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think Perth are in more trouble than what PNG.
I don't. If they fill it with PNG Hunters players, it'll be an embarrassment to the league because they'll get beat by 50 every week.
I don't think they will.
What, get by 50 every week, or you think they'll get blokes to go over there?
I don't think they'll get beat by 50 every week. If they fill it with majority of the PNG national side.
Yeah, okay. All right.
What's Perth got? If Perth are going
to get them, though. Perth are going to get them.
Are they?
Yeah, 100% they are.
Who are they going to
Mel Meninga's there. They'll get them.
Are they?
Yeah.
They better start signing. Yeah, they're only allowed to negotiate players that are off contract next year.
Yeah. But if they don't get them, they'll get them. I'm telling you now, they'll get 1 or 2 franchise players, 1 maybe. But they'll get all these other blokes that'll filter in.
They're coming in 2027. Have you looked at the off-contract players that can negotiate now, November 1? All the really good ones are locked in already.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're going to run out a terrible side round
really?
In 2027.
Just like the Dolphins did in round 1?
I think worse. I don't think they're going to have anyone that is...
How'd they go in round 1, Dolphins?
Yeah, they beat the Roosters. I don't think they're going to get a Hammer or a Isaiah Katoa.
In defence of that, Hammer probably wasn't a massive marquee. He's not the Hammer what he is today, is he? When they got him.
Perth haven't got a logo. We haven't got a logo yet. We haven't got a colours. We haven't got a jersey. We're going into 2026. We're in December now. They haven't signed nobody. The only people they've signed no one's heard of.
Yeah.
No. They're in so much trouble in 2027.
Yeah, okay. All right, so the other thing Benny also said was, and this one I 1,000,000% agree with, the South Island of New Zealand is where they should have gone.
Well, that
And
they're
his points-
getting they're going to get the 20th team.
Yeah. Well, his points were the Warriors just about sell out every week.
Yeah.
The All Blacks are on the decline. And as he put it really well, fish where the fish are, and that's where they are.
Yeah, no,
I can't. I'm surprised they weren't, because
They're
they
gonna
would
get a
have been.
team.
They would have been a side that could have fed from underneath and got a reasonably good side on the park. You know, their juniors are just through the roof, like their 20 side and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like they're going to be. Yeah,
I think Well,
that's where they should have gone.
they're getting South, and a second New Zealand side is coming in 2030.
Yeah.
They're not going to get. We're not going to get another Australian side.
No.
I think that's definitely where it's going.
Yeah.
What,
I
you
just
think
think they've balls this up. I just think
You
they
don't
should have
like
been.
Perth?
I like Perth. Well, I do like Perth. I like that it fits in with the broadcasters, which is good, timing and stuff like that. I don't like Perth just because it didn't work before. That's probably the biggest concern. Didn't work before. What's different? Is there anything different?
Probably not. We'd probably take more footy there. I don't know. I wasn't around when Perth were in the first time.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think the New Zealand second side should have been first in. So PNG, I just can't. I can't cop PNG being in.
Oh, you don't like it?
No, you like it?
I've grown around to it. I didn't like it at first, but I don't mind it. Brings a whole other nation that's going to support the one side, more viewers. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't mind the idea. I didn't like it at first.
What about Perth? Do you like Perth? Who do you like better, Perth or PNG coming in? PNG by the sound of it.
PNG will probably financially, in the long run, be a better investment for the NRL. They'll probably get more people behind it. But I like the idea of the Bears coming back in.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah.
That is one thing I do like about Perth.
So I do like Perth as well.
Yeah.
And if we're going to try and make it a national game as best we can, well, we got to put it aside.
Maybe they
could
could slot James Bracey in at 5'8".
Yeah, I know. He'll
Brace
probably,
needs to fire up.
he's number one fan, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's their ticket holder, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's on the board too. Oh, Brace.
Yeah.
Hey? All right, so our last viewer topic for the day is from Chris from
Mulgoa, I think.
Mulgoa.
Yeah.
Mulgoa. So it's out. Is that further than Bradbury from Benny? Maybe this Chris
that's-
bloke knows
no,
Benny
no.
from. No,
Bradbury's southwest. This is Mulgoa's west-west.
it's out past. No, it's just before Penrith, isn't it?
It's sort of in between Campbelltown and Penrith.
Yeah. Okay. So
It's out
Chris,
there where past that new airport.
Chris didn't actually ask a question, I think, but he did put something on the YouTube chat, which was interesting about the Tigers. About that, he's really happy with their progression. What do you make of their progression, Tigers? The roster they're building.
It's definitely better than what they've had. Like they've been terrible. They haven't made finals since 2011. Some of those sides and signings that they've done were terrible over the years. You know, Josh Reynolds on big money, Leilua. You know, they tried to get different coaches in with Ivan, and then Michael Maguire. None of it worked. They went hard at Jerome. They got him. They got a few other, you know, the May brothers. They've gone hard on these Penrith boys. The May brothers, Appy, Jerome, Taruva. So they're winners. They come from winning cultures, which helps build a team for the future. They're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
They're not going backwards. They're going forwards.
Yeah.
But it's still for mine with the West Tigers, it's still a slow progression. I think if like last year was probably a pass mark for them.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think they're probably a top 8 side this year. But I think if they could float around 1 or 2 games outside of the 8 again, then you probably got to take a win. But
Yeah. They've got plenty building there because the Fainu brothers have all got plenty.
yeah, the Fainu brothers are good. Yeah,
all got plenty. The back rower, the prop that comes on, I think that's
Fanua Bolly. Oh,
No.
the Fainu brothers.
Yeah. I think it's Samuel. Is it Samuel the prop or Sione the prop?
I think it's Sione.
Yeah, he's got plenty as well.
think
The back rower's got plenty. Latu's got plenty. Like, there's something there for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I still think Buller's. They have to get Buller's signature.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think if they lose him, I think heads will drop. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
And if that did happen, they'd probably have to put Taruva back there.
Or Heath Mason.
I can't put him there. No, I can't put him there. they'd have to put Taru. But Buller is paramount. They sign him. I said it the other week.
Yeah.
They just have to sign
Well,
him.
there's massive raps on that young kid that came and played on the wing. Against the Titans
yeah,
at
the
end of
little
year.
the Simone kid. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he was only 18 or something. He come straight at ball or something, didn't he?
Yeah, they got raps on him.
Yeah,
like
I
they did
agree.
Swahili.
I think they're definitely progressing, the Tigers. I actually tipped them to make the 8 last year. I slotted them in at 8. I'm not doubting they could finish in the top 8 this year coming up. I don't know.
Yeah, they could, possibly. I think they'll probably just miss again.
Yeah.
But at least there's some hope for their fans, because some of those years there was no hope.
Yeah.
Like they were terrible.
Yeah. They're probably another side that when you look at their 1 to 13 on paper, it's probably like the Titans. It probably looks a top 8 roster, like side they're running out, but something just doesn't seem to work. I don't know.
I think it's hard to turn around that losing culture.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of these sides are just, over the years, have just been so used to losing.
Yeah.
It's hard to start winning games consistently.
Yeah.
You know, there was some games last year that the Tigers, they just found a way to lose. Like that Cowboys game at Leichhardt late in the year, they found a way to lose that.
Yeah.
You know, sides that make the top 8, they don't lose games like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they lost to the Gold Coast late in the year as well. There's 2 games that they should be winning. West Tigers should be winning.
Yeah.
They should be beating the Cowboys at Leichhardt, and they should be probably beating the Gold Coast at the time.
Yeah. All right, guys, that about does us for today. Just so everyone knows, in the next few weeks, we're going to have some guests coming up, some interviews, some former greats coming on. Keep your eyes on the socials for that. We'll be advertising who's coming up week to week. And I'll pass it over to you, mate, to remind everyone about the social stuff and that.
Yeah, so just again, if you like what we have to say and you're enjoying the show, remember to subscribe and give us a like on our videos on YouTube. Same to go with Spotify. We're on there, so give us a like. Instagram, TikTok, jump on there, follow us, like our videos, leave us a comment. And yeah, thanks guys for supporting the show so far.
Beautiful. Thanks, guys. See you next week.